Watch me ride.
There's a horse loose. What? It's like, what am I going to do? I mean, I could go down there and try and grab it. I've got a cyclist who's now come down. Problem is, I'm in bike gear, I'm going to scare the living crap out of it. Don't approach a horse from the rear and slap it on the arse. That is the way you get kicked, my friend. Oh, it looks like they've escaped through a hole in the hedge. She's got a lead. Well, I guess they'll handle it. Oh, suspension ring. Get out of the road before it goes to someone's tyre. Hey everybody, it's quite early. I've got to pop into Haven't. And I just came down here and saw a horse in the middle of the road. Yeah, she's got a lead. They're going to take it somewhere. I was just going to walk up to it because I'm quite good with horses. I've quite a bit of experience with them. Oh, are they going to get it back through the hedge? They're trying to convince it. I'd so laugh if it wasn't its field. People have just got an extra horse like, Jesus! I want to get out of this corner now before someone crashes into me. Horse! Yeah, it's just loose! Yeah, thank me later. Once I get around the corner, it's okay, but at the moment, the more cars that go around, the closer, well, less time they have to react, so it's just waiting for that. Oh, now I'm thinking I should go back and watch that corner. Just until the cars get round. And I'm running out of fuel. Oh, good, well, there's a car behind me, so at least I can warn them. No, there's a horse is on the loose. Yeah. They've grabbed it. But they don't know where to put it.
There's a field just on the corner there. You've got horses just as you go round a bit more. But that's the only place I can think of.
Yeah, we think it got out of the hedge on that one.
That one there.
Yeah.
They don't maintain their fences, mate.
No. Well, it does seem it's just a hedge, not a fence. Yeah. The problem is a lot of the gates and fences, for obvious reasons, if you have a horse in there, are locked. So trying to get it back in the field is a problem. Well, he stood with them. But what to do now, I don't know. I was good at that guy to grab it. On offer today, dummy security camera and radio controlled helicopters, because they're the two things you want from your garage. And I'm not kidding. Is a fake security camera and a remote controlled helicopter. The hell? Right, well, after this morning's horsing around, a subject has been highlighted again. I've talked about this in the past, but I thought it's never a bad time to talk about this. Well, first thing, if you get the opportunity to do a first aid course through your work or something, do it. I did a 3-day one, and it's just nice to know that I have a bit more knowledge should I come across anything. The main thing on the roads is to do with things like heavy bleeding that you need to deal with, and you know that's pretty simple. It's generally elevate, compress, you know, get the emergency services there as quick as possible. Don't try and remove foreign objects from people and stuff like that. That's sort of the obvious side to accidents, you know, someone being hurt. But the thing that worries me the most, this is what I've had to do in the past, and was kind of what I was trying to do this morning, because I say I didn't really want to walk up to that horse, because bike gear, 6'4", big helmet, yeah, I can scare horses, and having it legging it down the road was not going to improve masses. Thankfully, by the time I was wandering back, someone had already got to it. But had no one been there by the time I got back to it, you know, well, probably would have had to have tried, but I had nothing to get it. And thankfully that lady came along with that rope, dog lead, it looks like, who was able to help them collar it. But scene management, if you come across an accident and there's a million people there, you'll very often notice that everyone's concentrating on the thing that's going on. No one's thinking, well, if these cars are stopped and that's a blind corner, is someone about to come around that corner and crash straight into the back of them? You know, if it's like if you have an accident on the motorway, you get off of the motorway because the chances of a secondary accident are quite high. And a lot of people do actually get killed that way. You know, they'll survive the initial crash, get out of the car, and then someone will crash into them, and they might be between cars or in front of it or something, and they die or get at least seriously injured as a result of the secondary crashes. So like before now, when I was out on a ride with Barnstormer, and I was on a GS 1200 I was being lent. It was early in the morning, I had a few sports bikes go past me, I've got a video on it, watch it. And basically the guy goes around the corner faster than he can, and just out of my sight on the corner he goes down. And I get around the corner and, well, you can see, but what I ended up doing more than anything was scene management. I put my bike up the far end, so anyone coming from one direction could see that there was a bike sideways in the road. That's a good hint something's going on, they should slow down. And then I was waving people from the other side, so we didn't have a car come flying around these corners or another bike and go straight into them. I personally believe if you turn up to a scene and you can help, do, but if you're just going to sit in the way or just be another pair of gawking eyes, get out of the way. You know, you'll notice bikers a lot tend to get involved with these sorts of things to stop, and I think it's twofold. I think it's one, is we are very well connected with, you know, getting hurt. It's probably happened to a lot of us at some point, you know, because you have a little bump on a bike and you can get quite badly hurt. In a car, you'll probably be fine. So we have more of that sort of connection as to being hurt out on the roads. But also I think being on a bike and not locked away, you feel more part of the world. You're not in something, almost as if the screen could be a television screen. And everything going on around it is just entertainment. It's part of the reason why I think some people are getting particularly bad at driving. And I think partially that is what's making drivers not necessarily as good at times, because they're relying far too much on all these safety mechanisms and all the extra things built into their car to keep them safe. And without the feeling of genuine risk, they lose a sense of reality. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just in my experience, if you ever see something happening at the side of the road, there's always a biker there who's stopped just to see if he can help out or do anything. That's one thing though not to do, is to overcrowd the victim to, you know, to cause more stress to them than is required. Like when I was with Reno, when a cyclist sort of rode into her path on a straight road, she went down and there was lots of people about to start crowding around her and blah blah blah, and I just told them to sort of get out of the way, made her look at me and only me while she was sort of getting herself back on her feet, well, sort of what was going on, she was trying to work out. And I was checking her over, like legs and arms and stuff, while she was just sat there. But I knew where we were was safe because the amount of vehicles either side of us, and I'd kept an eye on everything that was going on, but no one had done anything other than crowd round. So yeah, scene management, it's something, I don't know if there's any way of learning about it, if there's like a guide to scene management, like what to do if you turn up on an accident, what not to do. I mean, when it comes to bikes and stuff, as far as the health thing goes, if they have a helmet on, don't remove it unless they're not breathing. If they're not breathing, then causing them more damage is kind of irrelevant because they're going to be dead very soon anyway. But yeah, things like that, it's worth learning this stuff as a biker, because well, you know, we tend to be more likely to see these things happen. Is this poor guy still here? Someone stopped. Oh, they've just tied the horse up with his friend. Oh, they tied him up onto the thing. He's happy enough, he's nibbling grass. There's a woman there obviously on the phone to someone saying, "The bloody horse has got out again! Jeffrey, that bloody horse has got out again!" Yeah, there's basically no fence behind that hedge. Well, there is, it's not a lot of it. So yeah, if you get the opportunity to do a first aid course, I strongly advise that. If you can find anywhere to get any information to do with scene management, Although a lot of it comes down to common sense, is, you know, seeing what could happen. Oh, there's a blind corner, probably worth telling someone on the other side of that corner to warn people to slow down. That's why I left and then was like, no one's watching that corner, I've got to go back. And then thankfully by that point the traffic had kind of got backed up into the corner and then there's warning from both directions. Okay, well, there you go. My little trip into town ended up being a little bit more exciting, but thankfully all was well. Horse is reunited with friends. Man is reunited with van. Unnamed hero saves horse. To you, my man, you're a legend. He took on that horse single-handed and now the beast is restrained. What a fine fellow. But yeah, as a final note, as I mentioned earlier, don't walk up to a horse from behind it and touch it on the arse. You will get kicked. Unless it's a dopey horse like that one who just didn't give a crap because he was excited to be out in his field and eating fresh grasses. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. You can support my channel in many ways, links in the description. There is a PayPal, which is my equivalent of Patreon. Thanks to those who choose to support this channel and keep it going. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye. If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.